this because you guys are bringing up an excellent point. And okay, so we're on version 105. Again, 104 for PlayStation, but all intents and purposes, it is 105. It is on PC, it is on Xbox. It's just the naming, or the numbering on PlayStation is just one behind. So just rest assured, if your version says 104 and you're playing on PlayStation 4, it's actually 105. But I think we've all noticed there's been a discrepancy between the PC 105 version and this version. Point in case. And I'm just going to list off a couple of things and throw out some theories. And again, if anybody wants to chime in, especially in the chat right now or even in the comments below, because I'm sure this will be a video later. But okay, a lot of us are like, hey, what's going on with the loot? Where is it? It's 105. I haven't seen any of the new stuff. And only on some of the private servers. There's been some reports of us finding it on the official servers, but I think if that is the case, they're few and far between, and here's why. Here's my theory. I think somehow, some way, the update and the servers... Okay, so there's a client update and there's a server update, right? So we got the client update and the servers were updated, but somehow, like the loot tables or the logic between those is stuck between old version and the version currently. Why do I say that? Because every time my character had to respawn previously, I would always have a glow stick on the PC version of 105, right? Stick with me. And the reason why, well, I mean, they just changed the loadout. And on this version, if you're playing on official, I should say, I'm just making sure I'm like landing all the points here, but if you notice now and you get wrecked in this version and you're playing on official, you start with a, not a torch, what the heck is that? A road flare. And you don't start with a glow stick ever. So it's like the loot tables are still stuck in 104, and that's why we're not seeing any of the new weapons so far, unless there's something that's happened to the server. If it's migrated, then maybe. If there was a recent change, then maybe. Is that the reason why? And now I'm looking at DayZ's Twitter. There were a couple of tweets the other day. I was kind of tapped out for the weekend, so I caught some of this. And some of it was this morning. Okay, 18 hours ago. Today is Monday, October 7th. So 18 hours ago, that was yesterday. Our servers are down. This came from DayZ. Our servers are down. We are aware of it, and we're working on bringing them back up. And then 18 hours ago, it says, evening should be running smoothly again. Let us know if you're still experiencing some server issues. I'm wondering, too, like, after the update came out, there was also kind of a sputter. And I'm like, are they trying to update those? Is it the database? I don't know, but it seems like whatever's tied to the loot tables right now is causing us to not see the new weapons. I don't think it's duping. I don't think it's hoarding at this point. And those are all possibilities. I'm not saying they don't exist or people don't do those things, but I think the threshold is in such a place now where we shouldn't see a total drought of any new loot at all. You know what I mean? And it seems like the only service, and we've confirmed this, and Don Sibley was nice enough to even post did he post a video? He posted a Twitter on it, and they actually contacted me and gave me some useful information. And they've got their stuff to spawn in, but it's always, any of the new gear is always in 105 DayZ, or I'm sorry, any of the new 105 gear in DayZ is on private servers currently. So it begs the question, what's going on with the official servers? And I think that's another reason why we're seeing a huge population dip from the first day of the update to now. I think everybody's on community servers, which is another reason why it's so frustrating that our server got stuck in an endless loop. I get it, problems happen. We're trying to solve that, but you know, if that's the case, then we'll just play a lot more in our BFS server, right? Like the BoiFriendSquad server, which we're going to do anyway. So we're like, all right, we'll just move it over there. So at least we'll get some of the new loot. And that will be the case as soon as things get back to normal there, but it just begs the question, like, what's going on there? You know what I mean? And if anybody has gotten any of the new loot on official servers, what platform was it on and what server was it on? Because I bet you anything, the list that they put out over the last, when did this come out? This is what, the 3rd? Did it come out on the 3rd or was it the 4th? Anyways, there were a couple like restarts. And I bet you the ones that got restarted, okay, yeah, it was the first night. It was the very first night. And some of the, like half the servers went offline. So I bet you the ones that came back online maybe are prone to having this new stuff spawn in, but that's just a theory of mine. I have a feeling that whatever happened is there's something stuck still between 104 and 105, and we're getting these remnants. We're not seeing the population, or we're not seeing the, the loot population. We're not seeing any of the new loot. And we're definitely seeing the loadouts not being where they should when you get waxed. And we know what they should look like. And we know what the loot tables should be like because we've been playing 105 on the PC. So I think during the update process, something happened. Or there's one more step that needs to be done that hasn't. What does that mean long term? Does it mean we have to do a wipe? I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I think a lot of us want to hang on to our stuff. But I think it's because of that error. I don't think it's because of hoarding, and I don't think it's because of duping. And as far as I know, and not that we're asking, I don't think there's any duping methods that I'm aware of right now. And even if there are, they have to be so rare that it's like a moot point as far as like it affecting the loot economy. And not that we're condoning it, that we want to know about it. We don't. So with that, let me see if I can't skis in here. Let me catch up on chat and see if anybody said anything specific. But we're over here at, what is this, VMC? I always forget what the shorthand is for this one. The one that's just under the airfield. Yeah, so I'm going to go in here and loot this area. This is official, because we usually play on official. But I bet you we don't find any new stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the most recent restart or server glitch fixed it. Honestly, I haven't played since like a day ago or so. It's been at least 24 hours for me. Just because, you know, I was out. Okay, thank goodness Jungle Boots, because I think Tishu's about had it. Oh, man. I'm going to have to pick those up, aren't I? I have to be careful. Well, I mean, the good news is we have some of the things that have been fixed and everything else, but I just, it's a rough ride because 104 was missing some key stuff. I know we're all still dealing with desync issues, which is honestly pretty disheartening. Like, I'm not trying to poop on the game, but like dealing with any desync right now, it's like, come on, man. Come on, you know, like we need a consistent experience. And I know PlayStation and Xbox are experiencing weird issues with the vehicles still. They're not great to drive. We deal with them, but they're still really rough. And for some people, it can be even... okay, and get this. With the PlayStation, I've heard... And even on the Xbox, we've had some crashing, but some of the PlayStation people are saying they're getting blue screens a lot, like 30 minutes in. That's really bad, right? Like, that's not an improvement. It's in the opposite direction. So, I don't know. I'm sure they're going to say something or do something about it, but we haven't heard anything officially yet, but it is a little disheartening to be like, come on, man, we just want something consistent. We don't need a lot of stuff. We just need the stuff that we have to work. And I'm not trying to, like, be a toxic douche about it, but I think a lot of the console players would agree with that, right? I gotta be careful about how I'm gonna pull these dudes. Because I don't have a vehicle to run them over with. Not yet, anyways. Oh, it says, Odin, he says, I moved one of my alt characters to that server, and I didn't have a road flare, but a glow stick this time. Oh, so you're on cakes, or, okay, that might be a change for the better then. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I know some of the servers, because I did test earlier today. That's an excellent point, Odin. And I hope nobody comes in here. This is a hotbed, but this is important. I tested a few servers before this stream started, and I just took a new character and just waxed them and did it a few times to see if I got the glow stick, because I think that's a good indicator, at least at this point, to see if like we've got the new loot tables. And the servers I checked, which were 2 of them, I didn't see it, but I think there's a mixed bag. So I didn't try it on this server. So Odin's saying that he got a glow stick. That's a good sign. You know what I mean? So all the more reason we should go ahead and check this area. Again, it's not a guarantee you're gonna find the loot, but maybe. Let's just go ahead and take a look. I'm interested to know. It's one of the reasons why I'm looting this spot. I didn't think this would be the case, but now that you said that, it's kind of reinforcing the fact that we should check it. Even more so. That was a dicey burp. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oof. Oof. Close this real quick. Looks like somebody was here recently. Oh my goodness, they come through the windows now too? Was he in here the whole time? Yeah, man, it's creeping me out. Get out of my face! That's freaking creepy. Okay. So either way, we'll stay on it and we'll let people know what's going on, but we're gonna try to loot this area and see if we find anything different. I hope we do, for everybody's sake. How visible is that on stream? Yeah, we can kind of see that, right? It's getting light enough. That's not a good sign for me, because I'm not ready for combat. I mean, I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean? You know these zombies spawn back so quickly. I don't have any duct tape either. Part of me wants to just rip a shot. Of course, all the junk is not back here. Of course. I'm trying to give it a once-over so at least we can spot check the area and see if it's got anything different. I know at least having the glow stick when you spawn in, it's going to be a step in the right direction. I don't know if that's going to fix this whole loot table situation, but at least we'll be a little bit more consistent. And again, Don Sibley was nice enough to like give me some info, and he was also talking about, can they, oh my goodness, they can't get through here. Ooh. He was nice enough to be staying on top of the situation, and he said something to DayZ directly about the server numbers not matching the client number, which also kind of solidifies this whole theory. So we'll see. I don't know what that means to fix it. I mean, I could take a guess, but just kind of knowing what's going on in the background, it's like, okay. Because some people, I know a lot of people when we were streaming the first time came in, they're like, does this stuff even exist? And I can understand why people are asking that question, because we're not seeing any of it. And I know they do exist, because we've been playing on PC for so long. Waiting for this update. So far, it's not good. I'm not seeing any ammo. Again, this isn't a, you know, 100% indicator that it's good or bad, but I thought maybe if we found a weapon in here that could definitely give us some hope, but it's not looking good. But then again, this was recently plundered. At least that's what it looks like as far as the loot's concerned. See if we can trap a couple of these guys in here. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. What have I done? This is bad for me. Okay, new plan. Survive. Oh boy. Okay. That's getting a little dicey. Yeah, Joe says, Jade, someone's definitely been there. Stay frosty cupcake. Yeah. I get two of them at once? Well, I'm definitely not silent anymore. What's up, High Defs? Says I haven't seen any of the new loot, says Nicholas. Yeah, that seems to be the report from PlayStation 4 to the Xbox and all the different generations, the different servers. The only time anybody's found them that we are able to confirm is on the private server. So either way, I know we've got a, I said it earlier at the beginning of the stream, but we do have an Xbox community server. Hopefully soon we'll have a PlayStation 4 community server to go with it, but ours is currently stuck in limbo, but when it's fixed, you'll be able to find it. It's BoiFriendSquad, BOI. You search or filter North American servers, and then you also filter the ones that just have no password. And then if you just search for B's and look for BOI, you'll find it. You won't find it right now because I'm actually currently looking at the dashboard and it's still stuck in limbo. But it'll definitely have the BoiFriendSquad moniker, so you can always search for it that way. It should be up. Either that one's up later on tonight, or it's going to be an alternate one. And like Kimmy said earlier, if it's going to wipe, I might as well just close the other one down and then start another one just to expedite the process. Because I know we want to play with the new stuff and see what it feels like with the new loot tables, because it is nice when it's running correctly. Yeah, I'm going to get waxed. Hang on. Have you seen a car since the update, like the new or the old ones? Yes, we found the old vehicles. I've yet to see a Sarka as well. That's also a good, excellent point. Yeah, all the indicators that show that 105 loot we have not seen on official yet. And we've been playing a lot already. Oh, it's an Alice pack. I want you. Oh, yeah. Please tell me it's not ruined. Please tell me it's not ruined. Well, let's hit these last barracks just to see if we find anything to the contrary, right? And that's why we're here. And it's weird because like the ammo is not a good indicator because it's ammo for some of the old guns. Or some of the other additional guns. Let's check the barracks down here. Hopefully we don't get capped. Or killed by zombies. I should just beat him up with a shovel. That might be more advantageous. What's up, Doctor? Says, we're not finding any of the new loot on the rented server until we did a server restore. Yep. All the more reason why to just build it up from scratch. Because if we're stuck and not able to rebuild it correctly and do a restore, then we might as well just do one from scratch. I'm not saying that's the case for the one we're currently playing on. I am trying to like recover that and get it unstuck. But in the meantime, we'll add an additional server, and then just have that one go from scratch. Yeah, it feels like somebody was just here. A lot of people like to sign out here and sign back in later, which is kind of a scumbag move. But, you know, anybody can play it the way they want. Well, you know what's funny, though? Last time that happened, Odin clapped that dude's cheek so hard. Hilarious. Okay, well, it's looking like we're not seeing it yet here, but, again, we'll stay in tune with it and let everybody know. We do have a Discord if you want to join that. That supports, or it's where our DayZ community resides. It's !Discord in the chat, or it's in the description below. And we'll keep everybody informed with this. I guess should we call it a loot drought? That's what it feels like. And hopefully later on tonight, because I know I'm going to take a break here after this stream and help out a friend. But later on tonight, we should be back on, and then if the server's running, we'll be streaming from there, and then hopefully we'll be sifting through some of the new loot. And either way, it should be juicy loot all around. So that's the place to check it over in the Discord. What?